Welcome to another episode of Dr. Jester Gloats. Yeah, it's called Grave Dancing, and yes, I am thoroughly enjoying it. In fact, it gives me a nice little chubby. Giggity. Right, let's go and continue, shall we? From pcgamer, the eagerness to grave dance on unpopular games has become a bad habit. No, it's not a bad habit. In fact, it's not because it is an unpopular game. It's because it's a shit woke game that we told you idiots it was going to fail. But no, you guys didn't listen. You decided to make the game for the modern audience, and we know how bad that modern audience is. They don't exist. Yeah, we told you so, but it doesn't seem to compute in their tiny little brains. But then again, they may actually have one neuron that they share in the collective self. But anyway, let's continue. Concord low turnout has led to the usual jubilation over the prospect of seeing a big game fail. Yeah, to be honest, I'm also very jubilant over the idea of Sony reeling over this. After all, they were the idiots who approved this goddamn nonsense. And this, my friends, is the cherry on top of this delicious cake. Let's continue. Sony hero shooter Concord launched late last week, and it already has the numbers of a game that has been abandoned for years. Whoopsie daisy. Right. And its Steam concurrents haven't yet topped 1,000. Oh my! Isn't that the cherry on top of the cherry cake? Oh yeah, the cherry cake. Now that would be an interesting point. Nah, possibly shit cake. What do you think? Let's go take a look at the Steam charts right now. It's whoopsie 159. That will make it a lobby shooter like this one with a hero take a small eternity to find the matches. I wonder if they still have content to really... No, they actually said they have content. I wonder how it's going to be. Oh, this is going to be epic. More content for the channel. Easy content. That's why I'm very happy. Hey, at least I'm getting something out of this shit show. Right, where was I? Oh yeah, dramatically low turnout has already earned in the title of the biggest flop of the year on the social media. And if you caught any of the discussion on Reddit, TikTok and other platforms over the weekend, you mostly saw people gloating. Posting screenshots of SteamDB concurrency charts and hacking on the generic dunk or claiming it rules. I have no idea what it meant with the it rules, but that we can all see the big game fail. I think this is just bad report. But anyway, it's epically fail. It's a woke garbage fail. They literally designed a game following a bunch of checkboxes from some, I don't know, diversity mafia out there. I have no idea which company they consulted on. And quite frankly, I don't think many people are aware of it because not many people have played this garbage or checked the credit scene. The credits. And quite frankly, I don't blame them. Nobody wants to play this garbage. But it's also a good idea because it means 8 years of development, at least Bungie or whatever you pronounce that shit, managed to get rid of the bad developers, which they grouped up and released this garbage. Now the sad bit is that some other company is going to hire them once Firewalk Studios goes belly up. Here is one other thing that the games journalist receiving over this, and he possibly wrote out this text while waiting for his matches on Concord. But either way, here is what he said. But it's not actually that easy to know why one game succeeds and another doesn't. Actually, there is. We've covered this in multiple times in this channel. Many other people who are also gamers covered it up. They all said, pointed out, mentioned, also with receipts, why a game fails and why we warn you not to follow that road before you release your crappy game. Let's take a look at Flintlock. That failed. What was the other one? I completely forgot the other one that was recent. That was released. Was it last year? No, was it Flintlock that was released? There was another one with F that I don't even remember anymore, and it was a total epic failure, and it was a disaster. We told them not to do the DEI shit, and did they listen? No, and it failed. Right. If you release an unpopular game, everyone is suddenly morally justified to shame and embarrass you, whether it's because all big budget games are bad, or live services are bad, or you did too much woke. Pick one. It's the too much woke. We told you. We mentioned it. We have receipts. After all, look at the goddamn fucking roster. All of these idiots here have literal pronouns on their bio. What sort of retard has a pronoun in the bio? That has to be an epically massive retard. But before I continue... Oh, and by the way, all of these characters, they break Rule 34. No, maybe the Heimar one may actually be the only one who may or may not eventually have something, but all of them break Rule 34, in which it states your product exists as long as there is some type of porn of it on the internet. And it's popular because it has that. Concord has none. Yeah, let that sink in. But first, the trailer.
Chosen knights. We are born of sin and crime. We are repentance personified. We are immortal. We are legend. We are God's wrath made manifest. And we know no fear.
Right, so, continuing. We told you, fucking morons. We told you what makes a game fail. And you actually hired a bunch of retards, woke retards to work on your company. And then they have no skills, and a bunch of talentless hacks who copy stuff and are not able to create anything new. They have no skills, no abilities, so the games come out buggy, untested mess. And you actually have to go on with the art department to make it even uglier and shittier. So your buggy mess is even worse. But no. You keep claiming, like this idiot over here, that we just don't know. Beating up on unpopular games is also a way to passively farm a satisfying sense of education. We've told you, you morons! And besides, it's a woke game failing from a big company, so it's just that cool. If I never paid attention to a game that fails at launch, it affirms the correctness of my judgment and the immaculacy of my taste without any effort on my part. That's what the idiot said. No, you moron, it's because we told you it was going to fail. We told you to keep the woke idiots out of the product. We told you to keep the woke stuff out of your product. What do you morons do? You add all of that stuff and hope for some reason that modern audience exists to purchase your product. We told you the modern audience doesn't exist, that you keep claiming it exists, and this is what it gave you. It didn't even break 1,000. Well, the beta was what, 3,000 or so? It didn't even reach 1,000 upon release. That's how bad it is. It is another coping stuff that he mentions. He mentions Battlefield 2044. And he says, became one of these stockpiles back when it launched, and to make their point, its detractors started copying and pasting a giant list of features from previous Battlefield games that DICE was accused of removing. Yeah, because DICE is notoriously known to actually remove stuff that they've added in the past to make it simpler for the modern audience who doesn't exist. I'm so tired of it all. So tired of pretending it is not funny. It is hilarious! Concord Steam's launch numbers are astonishingly low for a blockbuster competitive game, but the piranha-like gnashing of the social media hasn't delivered any real insight into why it's failed so poor. You moron! We told you! You can see. How in the fuck do you justify a game to be popular when you have a hero roster like this, in which they go in each and every single list from DEI company and says, there is a Fatso, yes, there is a Vitiligo, yes. Although I don't think they have a vitiligo character in this one, so they are not very woke, are they? Is it fat? Yes. Does it have pronouns? Yes. Does it have neopronouns? Oh, yes. Does it have on the side? Oh, yes. Does it look retarded? Oh, yes. Does it have lots of black women? Yes. Does it have women? Oh, my God, yes. Does it have someone who is disabled? Oh, yes. Now the game is proper! Fuck off! We told you why it's failing. We told you why it failed. And what do you idiots go and do? Ignore it! I mean, look at the roster. I think there may be one guy, a white guy here that is called Tio, but that's about it. Everybody else here is literally not only unfuckable, but are all ugly as fuck. I mean, look at this. You honestly expect a game like this to be fucking popular? No, you morons. We told you about it. The evidence is all there for you to see. Some bloggers have said it with the conviction that Concord's $40 price tag was obviously one of the problems. Yeah, some of those are very woke, more woke than the game's journalist who actually wrote this article, while waiting, allegedly, for his, spot on Concord. Maybe he actually purchased it. No, actually, maybe he got the review code. I don't think the modern audience, which is the game's journalists, actually bothering purchasing their products. But But he said here is forgetting the Helldivers 2, which the biggest breakout game of the year, had a $40 price tag. Sure, he does have a point in that one. And he says here, admits that the price is, he's not convinced that the price is a problem. And I agree with him on that regard. It's not the problem. The problem is that you idiots hired a bunch of woke morons who made a woke game with woke content, and well, it's that shit. And here it is what he says. I don't have one true answer, but my take for now is that Concord isn't selling a fantasy or a narrative that's getting FPS players excited to play it in the first place, before they even decided whether they like its guns, characters, and modes. Fuck off. Fuck off. Really? Let's go out and finish this painful copium of an article, shall we? Or maybe there just isn't enough oxygen available to a game with Concord's particular characteristics in late August 2024, a period that's included one of the fastest selling games ever on Steam, which they decided to not use its name, which is Black Myth Wukong, which you play as a monkey. And there's a lot of beautiful Asian ladies, but it's also funded by the CCP, so it's not much of a big win, but still a win against these woke morons, because we know the CCP actually literally funds BlackRock, so... A World of Warcraft expansion, that one took me by surprise. I didn't even know there was an expansion out for World of Warcraft. I stopped playing that thing when Cataclysm hit. That thing was a disaster for an expansion, and then I abandoned it completely. And I'm feeling glad that I did, because right now it's a piece of shit, even a bigger piece of shit than Cataclysm. Maybe Blizzard actually must be thinking and feeling lucky if they ever release an expansion as bad as Cataclysm, because that expansion, as bad as it was, it's still better than the crap you have today. Anyway. Great new games like Tactical Breach Wizards and Valve's new own hero-based MOBA shooter hybrid. DICE went on years-long Battlefield 2042 overhaul campaign after its rough launch. It's possible Firewalk will stick with it. Well, please do! Please do stick with it! Why am I saying that? Well, it's simple. I want free content, free, easy content for my channel, and something easy to mock, and something where I can go on and shove to the goddamn collective modern audience who is woke as fuck that they are fucking morons who doesn't purchase these products and it fails. It's delicious. Anyway, either way, the reflex to cheer on for Concord's failure, yes, I am cheering. As if it's deserved only produces resentment and misunderstandings. Oh, boo-hoo! Shut up, you moron! Creating an environment where everything is deemed obvious and real analysis is drawn out in favor of shareable quips, surface-level observations, and hyperbole. These are not the ugliest character designs you've ever seen. Reddit, get a grip. Oh well, what thread did he actually share? Well... this one. Do you honestly think this is one of the prettiest characters you have ever seen? No, it's not. It's definitely one of the ugliest. But, well, perhaps not as ugly as that woman from Star Wars Outlaw. They managed to make her even uglier. Even though the actress is literally very pretty, they made her, the character in the game, one of the ugliest. They still manage, for some reason, to make her eyeballs have different zip codes. Right. Let's finish this thing before I lose my last few neurons. More complex... So, no, let's do the proper voice for this idiot.
More complex reality of a volatile gaming landscape where quality is not the sole predictor of success, where multi-billion-dollar institutions like Sony now often struggle to be heard, where it's difficult to make predictions, and where it often feels like years of work can be swept away by a small miscalculation and rapid changes in taste.
No. It's very simple. You can keep doing quality work, you take out most of the game-breaking bugs, and you keep the woke stuff away, just very far away from your product, then you will have success, or at the very least, you're going to pay for the development cost of your game and still maybe make a small profit and keep on the lights of your studio up, or on in this case, and well, that's it. But now it's so very damn difficult to make these people understand. Let's take a look at, well, Star Wars Acolyte. That thing is a disaster and was cancelled. Rings of Power. Well, that one was a disaster, and for some reason he still managed to get a season 2 from Amazon. And we really suspect there's something going on out there. Well, there's nothing provable yet, but there is definitely something very odd in that thing, but receiving, what, $1 billion or so for that shit show? No. No. So, on that goddamn fucking hell, have a great fucking night, and remember, fuck woke people, fuck Concord, and fuck YouTube.